Hello, this is the Useless Idea Interviews. I am Matthew Churchill. This is Meghan Kramer. And let's start. So, what do you do for the podcast?
I sit down and I press basically the start button of the video and or the voice recording, and then I sit down and I kind of like the odd time I need like something researched or a pause or something like that.
Or a sign knocked off the wall.
Or me to just jump in at some random comment.
So she's the producer essentially. She's the backstage people.
In loose terms.
In loose terms, yes. Okay. What do you do outside the podcast?
Like my outside life?
Yeah, what do you do? Like, what do you...
Nothing.
Personal life? Any
well,
schooling you're going through?
Personal life, I'm Matt's girlfriend, so I'm either at...
What? Okay, you continue.
I'm either at his place, and we're like playing video games, or going to get food or something like that, or I'm currently a university student studying sociology first year, and I'm...
Where?
In loose terms, studying. Why would I give my location?
We already did with that.
We already did that. What school do you attend?
I attend Wilfrid Laurier University.
What a meme.
Despite having like early acceptances to like other highly acclaimed schools, like
Literally chooses the worst school.
well, there's Guelph that I was accepted to in UW, but I mean like
Yeah, and both of those are better. Good pranks.
through transportation though and suicides.
Not wanting to kill yourself.
And
Come
not,
on.
Not wanting
That's it's actually so bad.
Okay, we're going off topic though, man.
Okay, so that's that. Where do you work?
Where do I work?
Not where, but what do you do at
what
your
I do.
work?
Well, currently in my work establishment, and when I guess because I work on campus, I'll be like when the school year ends in April, I'll end up going back to where I was previously working, and from that establishment to moving on, I'm a kitchen cook. So I do prep and I do cooking. So.
She's a little chef girl. Okay. What are your opinions on the podcast you so far, and like in terms of what you've heard? You obviously zone out from time to time, but
pretty much every time I open my mouth, she just zones out.
Well, I can hear it through my headphones.
What do you think of said podcast so far?
Well, depending on whatever topic they're talking about, like when they were talking about video games last week, and the week prior when they were talking about sports, like my interests vary from theirs. So like sports, I'm very limited to what I know. So like just like the Leafs really, and then haven't touched on wrestling maybe at this point, but
No, we haven't yet.
But we will, and Curtis will suffer.
If I'm suffering through wrestling, you're suffering through Scientology and aliens. You will suffer through my bullshit if I suffer through yours.
Basically, I sit down and it's like I listen and learn as I go, because really my knowledge is constantly expanding.
Expand on. Okay, so where were you raised, and how do you think you were raised?
Well, apparently I've moved like 7 or 8 times since I was a child, but since starting kindergarten, I was raised in Cambridge, and then I think 2013, because my mother's kidneys failed, we had to move to Kitchener, just for like...
It's a real bad time.
Yeah, well, for dialysis purposes, to be close to a hospital, and I've been lived in Kitchener since then, so...
Cambridge Mobile isn't the best, I could.
Well, Cambridge Mem's been under construction for like how
7
long?
years.
Yeah, like forever, honestly. They're never gonna finish that hospital
We
reno.
moved when like they started adding roundabouts everywhere, so that's great.
That's just the worst because nobody in the city knows how to drive.
In theory, it's the best thing ever.
Oh,
in
it's
practice,
great. It should. They were great in Europe where people actually know how to use them, but here, ugh.
Okay, so how that describes like your locations and such. But how do you think you were raised?
Sheltered.
Well, child, maybe not necessarily sheltered, but definitely like.
Literally, you've never had ribs. What do you mean?
Basically, like, because I lived in Cambridge, the school that I went to was like a very small school. Like I think there was like less than 300 people at the school, so you kind of like knew everyone. But I mean, we weren't really given much access to like knowing what's going on in the outside world. Like I guess like the next question I'll kind of explain and expand further on it. But like I don't get cultural references typically because like I've also had limited access to technology growing up. So like I only got a phone last January, and like my access to the internet even has been extremely limited, other than like going and using the computers at school. So like, yeah, I just growing up has been a
Rough.
thing. Not rough, but it's like difficult when you can't really like relate to certain people or understand what people are talking about. Like socially wise, it's like
In terms of first world middle class people, rough.
yeah, well, you
Or
feel
whenever you deal with me opening my
you feel
mouth
kind
for a
of
lot of
socially
things.
outcasted because you're just like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So.
That's why you picked another social outcast.
At least I know what people are talking about.
Yeah, but you just sit.
I do
You
now.
sit in the basement and play Lego
I
Star
do.
Wars all day. Please, come
But like,
on.
I didn't know what swear words were until like grade
That's-
9.
What? What a
I knew what they
prank.
were in the grade 1.
Honestly.
Okay, anyway. Next question. How would you describe yourself in, like, adjectively?
Okay, adjectively, my initial thing would be smart, because academically wise.
Academically smart, not street smart.
No, street smart, yes, but like culturally wise, no. Because like, I'd say smart. I'd also say
Culturally would be street, but yeah.
to a limit. I am street smart when it comes to like lying or being able to like think my way out of situations. I like in that sense street smart, but like cultural reference wise, no, I'm fucking stupid with that. But when it comes to like school wise, yeah, I'm like academically wise, I'm highly praised in some ways for that. And then I would say, "Aw," and then I'd say,
And then you also find out that Laura A invites me to High Achiever
hey, I got the
reception.
highest
If
scholarship
you
can get.
think that if that should tell you everything you need to know about Wilfrid
There was
Laurier.
a girl in class yesterday. She was like, "I'm in the 6th program. I'm dropping out."
Pranked.
So it's like,
That's hilarious. But no, like that tells you everything you need to know about Wilfrid Laurier is that I'm considered a high achiever.
and then I would guess in a sense, maybe not to the extent that I am now because of like first year and going through stuff. I would say in a sense active because I do enjoy having an active life, like walking everywhere. I did martial arts for I think 6 years or so, so I'm a first degree black belt in Taekwondo. And then like constantly loving gym classes. Like I really wish gym was a class. Okay, can you my major would be
Your
gym.
3-hour dodgeball lecture.
No, I was the person that got angry when the course schedule at like high school took away your gym class because it didn't work. So I was angry having a spare in grade 12.
Oh my god.
And also angry in grade 9 when they're like, sorry, you can't have gym either. So, but then you double up and you take 4 gym classes between like grade 10 and 11. So
Good prank.
So, final thoughts on what do you want to say about stuff, about the podcast, about life, about what do you want to say to them?
Final thoughts on like stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Yes.
Stuff and things.
Just hoping that like the podcast reaches a wider range of like viewers and we can figure out, despite the fact that we're kind of like not really sticking to a consistent theme, figure out
We are a variety.
to figure out a more organized kind of thing where we're not like the day meeting up being like, what are we doing?
What do we want to talk about?
I mean, it's
today?
all fun and great, but like if we're moving on in all seriousness, maybe it's something to consider.
It'll change if we start doing things that are more research intensive.
Yeah.
Like conspiracies.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But yeah,
when the episodes are just titled "Curtis screams at Matt for 3 hours about Scientology."
That's gonna be all the views.
Those are gonna be great episodes. I'm so excited. I'm very excited about all the episodes where I get to welcome the world to the insanity.
Yes.
I mean, as you guys
The
saw,
shit show
my
that is
last week when I impulse bought 3 books just because I was like, ooh, cool, Jonestown.
Okay. This is apparently so far a Curtis and Meghan interview.
Hey
Anyway.
man, I gotta participate sometimes.
Okay. So, yeah. Continue on your first notes. Is that everything? Thoughts. Okay. That's
You're
actually
right.
That's a full-on word thought. THOUGHT.
No,
Okay.
it's THOT.
Okay. Anyway,
Your
this
thought.
this has been Useless Ideas Interviews. Take care and see you next time.
A good meme.
Curtis just